Get your day started the right way with Good Day Tampa Bay.
All right, still ahead. Breaking up is hard to do, but more so when you live together. Our Ask a Lawyer explains what you need to know before you move in, and then what to do when you call it quits.
You know, we know more and more that millennials are saying no to marriage. They're waiting longer, if anything, but they're opting to live together in the meantime. And while there's nothing wrong with that, the question is, what happens when a non-married but living together couple separates? What if your ex won't leave? Or what if you're both on the lease? There are a lot of things to be aware of. Attorney Dale Appel is here with us this morning. Hey, Dale, good morning.
Good morning, Laura.
It's part of our law team that's here the first Thursday of every month for Ask a Lawyer, so we're glad to see you. Okay, so it's a dicey topic, particularly leading up to Valentine's Day. But it's important to know, right? Let's first talk about the rights people have living in the house.
Yes, well, if you are on the lease or you own the home, you have the right to evict. That's really the main right that you have. If things don't work out, you can talk to the person about leaving, but if they don't want to leave, then your only ability then is to go through the eviction process, just like a landlord-tenant type of situation. And you're going to want to follow the laws very specifically. There's very specific laws that you're going to need to consider. You're going to have to post a 3-day notice. You're going to have to potentially go to court, but those are your rights to remove the person if they're not willing to leave.
Okay. All right, and we have a slate up, and I want to get back to this in just a second, but you said it's an eviction situation, but what if you're both on the lease? How can you evict someone who is also on the lease?
That's a great question, and the answer is you can't. If you're both on the lease, then you're going to have to ride through the lease period until the end of the lease. Each person has the right to stay there. The only thing that you can do is if you feel physically threatened, is you could potentially go to court and say, this is not safe, I need a protective order, it's not working out, I'm in danger. But the courts are used to people doing that, so you're going to need to be able to prove that that's true. Otherwise, you know, people often will say that just in order to get the other party out. So, you know, collect the evidence you'll need to convince a judge that you truly are needing protective order and having the other person removed.
Okay. Well, what about in the case of a more amicable separation?
Well, those are
There
easy.
are legal documents that can be, drafted to separate the business, right?
Yeah, in order to make something that otherwise would be very difficult better, it's really important to think with the head instead of just the heart when moving into any situation, whether it be into a home that you own or going into a lease arrangement. And so there's things that can be signed, agreements. So there's a joint home ownership agreement that says that if we own this home together and things don't work out, this is what we've agreed to in advance. And I know it's not very romantic, but it's awfully necessary. And so you can decide upon what the percentage of the proceeds might be if you decide to sell the home. There's all kinds of things that you can include in there. You might also include what to do about, you know, personal property that you buy together.
Couches, TVs, all of the things you buy together.
Absolutely. Or what are the things that you bring into the home? So somebody may have brought a TV in, as a bedroom set that they want to take with them. They can include in that agreement a inventory of all of these items so that if there is any issues, they can go to the court and say, we have this agreement. This is what we decided we're bringing in. This is our separate items. And keep it active so that while you're together in the home, if there's large purchases, you can decide and put in as amendments or addendums to that agreement so that you don't have problems going forward. And the other party may say, well, it looks like you're destined to think that this thing's going to fail, and you might explain to them that, you know, with 60% of marriages failing, it only makes sense. Certainly 100% of the people that went into a marriage thought it was going to work out. We may not work out. This is what makes sense, and it's an important conversation to be able to have with somebody.
Right. Not so romantic, but real just the same. All right, Dale Appel, thank you, and thanks for being here for the Ask a Lawyer.